Okay, so this is Integrated Math 1, and we're doing lesson 4-6, Systems of Linear Inequalities. So we're going to try to do problem 1 and problem 2. So I have a screenshot of problem 1 for you. It says, what is the graph of the system at right? We know that a system is multiple equations, so these two equations is what we're going to graph. And what I want to show you is how we can graph these on Desmos. Now that you're at home doing distance learning, you can use Desmos. So if you don't have the book in front of you, go ahead and take a screenshot of this problem, or I'll post this in a Google Doc. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to have y, and then to do the less than or equal to, let's use the keypad that's included, or excuse me, it's greater than or equal to negative x plus 5. And what you can see is that it actually made the solid line that we need for a greater than or equal to, and it knew what side to shade it. We didn't have to guess and test. We didn't have to pick a test point. Let's put in the other equation. So negative 3x plus y, and then this is less than or equal to negative 4. And there we go. We see our equation again. And we see that this double shaded portion, which if I zoom out, you can see continues, this double shaded portion is going to be the answer to where do the two systems cross. All right, so let's do another one. Let's do problem 2. What is the system of inequalities which is represented by the graph? All right, so we're going to have to write an equation. So the first thing that you should be able to figure out is that this red one, let me use a red pen, the red one has a dashed line, right? So that means we're going to need in greater than or less than, but not equal to. We see that the slope is negative, and we see that it's going to cross at 1. All right, so let's see if we can draw an equation that looks like that. So I'm going to close these two. I can always redraw them. All right, so we said that we have a y. Let's go ahead and try less than and see how it goes and see if it's shaded on the right side. We have a negative slope. Let's take a look again at that problem. What is our slope? So to go from this point here to that point there, we're going to have to go down 1 and over 2. So that means our rise is going to be 1 and our run is going to be 2. Rise over run, that's 1/2. So 1 over 2, x, and then we just said that we are going to cross at plus 1. Our slope intercept, or our y-intercept, is at plus 1. So we're going to put in plus 1. Let's zoom in a bit because the graph is much more zoomed in that problem. And that's basically what the graph looks like, right? It's got a dashed line. It's crossing at 1. Excuse me. Let's see if we can find the other one. So we're going to have a crossing at 1. Let's see what our slope is here. We have a over 2 and up 1. So our rise is 1 and our run is 2. That's going to have to be a half. And it's in a positive direction. One thing we didn't check, was it shaded on the right side? Let's see, the bottom was shaded. And again, the bottom is shaded. So we're good there. All right, so let's do another one. Let's go ahead. Let's say y. It's a solid line. So this solid line is going to have to be greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Let's pick one. Let's say it's less than or equal to. And again, we had a positive 1/2 x plus 1. Does that look like the same picture? Yes, it does. So those are our two systems of inequalities.